is that some of us got some distractions in the way. Oh my God, I'm getting ready to help somebody. Look at somebody and tell them, say, neighbor, what's hindering you from running your race is not endurance, it's distraction. We got these distractions. We got people in our life who are too influential. Some folk that don't even deserve to even be that influential in your life. But you give them the space. You give them the space, and when you give them the space, watch this, now you cannot move in the direction that God is trying to take you because you got too many people in your ear. I wish I had some help in here. Look at somebody and tell them, say, neighbor, you got to get them out of your ear. Here it is, y'all. Catch this. It is important to understand that when we are subject to the influences of our imperfections, defects, and our shortcomings. Somebody say, we have them. Okay. Look at somebody real quick and tell them, say, neighbor, you know what he's talking about, don't you? Because here's the deal. If our private time could speak. Okay. I'll talk to somebody that really want to be honest today. If our places of isolation could really, when we all by ourselves, if they could speak for us and really tell on us, some of us would be shamed right now to sit next to the person next to you. Can you just look at somebody and tell them, say, neighbor, you really don't understand the stuff that I go through that's behind closed doors. I have some issues sometimes, but sometimes I just need somebody to just pull me out of this. You know, and I have an issue, Minister Byron, because some folk will see you going through stuff and leave you there. Okay, I wish I had a church in here. Some folk will see you down. They'll see you hurting. They'll see you painful. They'll see you struggling. But yet and still, they won't lend a helping hand. They'll say, well, you shouldn't have got yourself in that situation. Had you not did what you did, you wouldn't be where you are right now. Look at somebody next to you and just tell them, say, neighbor, be careful when you knock somebody else down because it might be you next. Look at somebody and tell them it might just be you next. Can I preach to about 5 of y'all that don't mind getting this? Somebody say, run and don't look back. Here it is, my brothers and sisters, understand something. We have our defects. We have our shortcomings that we don't allow ourselves to convert back into those sinful behaviors. Somebody say sinful behaviors. Can anybody just take a moment and just remember when you weren't saved, when you weren't delivered? Come on here. Y'all ain't talking back to me here. Do you remember when you was out there doing this and that and the third and the fourth and the fifth and everybody, watch this, you thought you was hiding? But everybody really knew your dirt. Watch this, because you can hide all you want to, but eventually the real you gonna come out. Look at somebody and tell them, say, neighbor, you can only hide for so long because the real you gonna show up. That's why some of us say, I don't cuss no more. Somebody next to you, just tell them, say, neighbor, have you ever said you don't cuss? Hit that toe on the corner real good. Let somebody say something to you that you really don't like. Y'all didn't come to have no church in here. Look at somebody and tell them, say, neighbor, rub me the wrong way and find out what comes out of me. I ain't forgot the F word. I ain't forgot the... Somebody touch your neighbor, just tell them, say, neighbor, this is a keep it real church. We ain't finna play with this. We come to change. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your... But can I tell you something? The only way transformation, I ain't worried about nothing. The only way transformation can take place is, watch this, you got to be willing to acknowledge where you are. Okay. I don't. Y'all ain't hearing me. Look at somebody, tell them, say, neighbor, you got to be willing to acknowledge where you are. You got to be willing to say, Lord, I ain't where I need to be, but I need you to keep working on me. Somewhere down the line, I got distracted. Somewhere down the line, something got in the way. Somewhere down the line, I was not all together. Somewhere down the line, something changed. Somebody say something changed. Something changed. I don't talk like I used to talk. I don't walk like I used to walk. I don't act. Y'all ain't hearing me. I'm glad I got a church in here now. Y'all done finally woke up. Look at somebody and smile at them and show them your teeth again and say, I'm up now. I'm up. Because God is up to something. Somebody ought to shout, I'm up now because God is up to something. All right, here, watch this, y'all. Watch this. I gotta go, but here it is. Catch this, y'all, that we don't allow ourselves to convert back. Somebody say, don't go back. Whatever you do, you come too far to turn back now. Here it is. I don't care what comes your way. I don't care how they talk about you. I don't care how they mishandle you. You cannot afford to go back. Somebody say, don't go back. God brought you out of Egypt. What you doing hanging around in Egypt? God took you away from Pharaoh's camp. Why you keep going back to Pharaoh's camp? You want to know why you still stuck? It's because you're choosing to be stuck. Somebody here ought to shout, I can't go back. Come down on his kick. Come down on them drums. Come down on them drums. Here it is. Watch this, my brothers and sisters. Here it is, that we don't allow ourselves to convert back to those sinful behaviors that will hinder. Somebody say hinder. Some things will cause us to be on delay. Will cause some blessings to be on delay. Will cause some miracles to be on delay. Will cause some breakthroughs to be on delay because we chose to go back to our sinful behaviors. The Bible says that will hinder and restrict us from enduring the process of reaching a place of spiritual maturity. Somebody say, I'm getting ready to go somewhere. Somebody say, I got to mature in my walk. I got to mature in this journey called life, because sometimes life just be lifing. Is there anybody here that know that life can just be lifing sometime? And sometimes when life just be lifing, sometimes you don't want to be bothered. You don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to look at nobody. I wish I had some witnesses in here, because sometimes life just be. Okay. But it will hinder us, the process of reaching a place of spiritual maturity that will equip us to run the race of faith. Paul points out in the text, catch this, y'all, that believers should run the race of faith by laying aside every weight. Okay, we read the text, right? He says, in order to run this race, you got to lay aside every weight. What are you wrestling with? Who are you? Who are you allowing in your atmosphere that's hindering you from running? What are you allowing to cultivate and to put your mind in a place of bondage that's keeping you from running? I'm sure many of us right now can just think about some things that have been hindering us from moving in the direction that God really have us to go. But catch this, y'all. Here it is. Paul points out that believers should run the race of faith by laying aside every weight. That means to put it aside. Put it to the side. Look at somebody next to you and say, neighbor, put it to the side. Put it. But the problem is we're putting it to the side. That means you can't go back and pick it up. Somebody say, don't go back and pick it up. Don't go back and pick it up. If God rescued you from it, don't go back and pick it up. Run and don't look back. Hear me, y'all. Here it is, y'all. Catch this. Paul points out that we must lay aside every